What's up, guys? Adam here, Flexible Fitness and Nutrition. Today, I'm bringing you something out of what I feel is absolute necessity based on my 20 plus years of experience and what I've seen with clients and just having conversations with people in the gym. It's the absolute basics of nutrition and following virtually any nutrition plan that any coach out there is going to give you, is understanding macronutrients, okay? So, let's take a look. We got actually a total of arguably 5 macronutrients, but there are 3 that are understood to be the 3 that we're going to pay any attention to when it comes to dieting. Let's take alcohol out of the equation. Alcohol, by definition, is a macronutrient with a value of 7 calories per gram. We're going to leave that one alone. We're going to assume that alcohol is not being consumed to any degree, okay? Which is what I would recommend for optimal results, would be to remove alcohol entirely. But just know that alcohol is a macronutrient. The other 3 we've got carbs, carbohydrates, we've got protein, we've got fat. Carbs and protein both have a value of 4 calories per gram. So, take something like a box of Cheez-Its, but no protein in there, right? A couple grams, let's say there's no protein in a box of Cheez-Its, but you got maybe 21, 22 grams of carbs per serving, which is maybe about 3/4 of a cup of Cheez-Its. You can take that amount, 21 grams, multiply it by 4, okay, 4 calories per gram. You've got 84 calories in that serving that are coming from carbohydrates, okay? See that there? Same thing's going to apply for protein. Let's take something like fish, for example. No carbs, let's say it's a white fish, probably no fat, unless it's swordfish. Let's say it's no fat, no carbs, it's straight protein. You've got 4 ounces of it, and you know from either your coach or looking at nutrition labels that 4 ounces of fish is, say, 25 grams of protein. You know that each gram of protein has 4 calories per gram, okay? So, or has a value of 4 calories. You can take that number, 25 grams, multiply it by 4. You know that there's 100 calories coming from protein in that meal. Now, we haven't yet accounted for the calories coming from carbs or fat. Again, I'm using a simple example where there is no carbs or fat in fish, strictly protein. So you know the total caloric value for that food is 25 grams of protein times 4 calories per gram is 100, okay? That doesn't vary. A carb is always 4 calories per gram, protein is always 4 calories per gram, and fat is always 9 calories per gram. Again, I had mentioned that alcohol is 7. We're not going to pay attention to that right now. So when you've got a food where you know how many grams of protein, this is helpful for people who cook recipes. When you know how many grams of protein, how many grams of carbs, and how many grams of fat are in this particular food or in a particular serving, you can figure out the caloric value that you see, like on the nutrition label. A lot of people don't understand those are not independent of one another. The total caloric count and the amount of grams of protein, carbs, and fat, those are not independent from one another. Total calories is a function of the total amount of protein, carbs, fat, alcohol that's in a particular food. So let's take, for example, a food that has, let's say protein, 10 grams, carbs, say 20, fat, 10. Not a bad snack for later in the day for most people, but we can figure out how many calories are in this food. Again, this is all the information that we're going to need, so let's go through it together. We know that there's 4 calories per gram of protein, 4 calories per gram of carbs, and 9 calories per gram of fat. 4 times 10, 40 from protein. 4 times 20, 80 from carbs. 9 times 10 is 90 from fat. 40 and 80, 120, 120 and 90 is 210 calories. You can do this with any food. You can even take it a step further. You'd be able to figure out, I can see when a nutrition label, it's rare, but when it's mislabeled, because you can tell that the math doesn't add up. You'll have 200 calories listed on the package, and it will say that there's 15 grams of fat and 50 grams of carbs, and you do it out, you say, wait a second, 50 times 4 is 200. The math, that doesn't add up. You know that there's either a typo or somebody's trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes, make something appear generally more healthy than it is. That has happened. There's been protein bars in the past that were taken off the shelves because there's enough people saying this just can't be true. Enough people in the know to know what protein shakes, what protein based meals taste like, to know this one doesn't pass the smell test, if you will, and it didn't. So those bars were taken off the shelf, reintroduced with a new recipe, and they were never the same, actually. I'm not sure that bar is even still available, but it was a hit for a while. Anyways, that is what I got for you today on basic nutrition. I hope that helps you to understand nutrition labels. It's very difficult for me to work with somebody who has no understanding of a label whatsoever, which nowadays is rare, since back, 20, 30 years ago, they began putting labels on foods. I got obsessed. I loved reading it. Not obsessed with like what I ate, although I did for a bit way back. I was just always intrigued by it. I'm intrigued by medicine and the whole thing, diet, digestion, the whole thing intrigues me. I love learning about it. And this, I think, is one of the most valuable things that you can know, is how many calories per gram each macronutrient has, and that'll help you better understand nutritional labels. I hope that helps you today, guys. Go out, go get them.